All right, all right, all right. Let's start this stream going here. Oh, wait, let me make sure I got my thing posted. Alles gut, yeah. Here we go. Condensation dropping everywhere. And all right, let's make this. It's going to be a 3, 2, 1. About like that. All right. So 3, 2, 1 is my frame setup. Boop, boop. My fan is just kind of blowing everything across my face. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but it'll work because it's hot as heck. I don't want to make these wider, just a smidge. And I do need some room for text, just a small bit. It's about perfect. And that's about perfect. There we go. All right, so I kind of wanted... I was kind of thinking on this one that Momo would be I want her to be maybe inundated, like trying to capture all of these to do. All of these things just flying around, and she just can't. Or maybe her eyes are the squiggly eyes. Maybe that's how I'm showing the frustration. And maybe all of the pages are settling close in on her face when she hears. Do I want to make these longer too? Because I kind of need to. Almost, yeah. So she's going to come out to this window here. Be trying to arrange flowers in an artistic way. Hey Ariana, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? We'll have Momo come in, and she'll be like, flowers? Can I join you? Bruce will be like, of course, oh my god. Gonna be waving the petals. You're gonna, maybe I'll just have it wave and like he's waving all the petals off. All good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I had I was still fighting with some soreness because I was feeling good enough to exercise again, and so of course the first day back I think I really overdid it, and so I had like this, I don't think I tore anything, but my chest is just like lit up whenever I do anything like that. And so yesterday I just did a walk, but since it's like 100 degrees, I just walked on the little tiny like walker treadmill thing, and I did 3 miles, but it was so tough. And I did an experiment too. I was like, okay, let's try reading, because a lot of people read and that's how and it worked. But the first half of it I did, and it just breezed by. But I feel like I've got to figure out how to hold the book so it doesn't bounce and it doesn't give me a headache, because it's kind of felt the same as when I try to read in a car. It really gives me a headache, and I can't do it for very long. So I want to try and figure out a way to read a book. And I don't really like to do audiobooks because I don't retain as much. They're fine if it's like, fantasy, entertainment, fiction books. I don't really need to retain information. But if it's something else that I'm reading, then like a nonfiction or something to study or a reference, I want to be able to retain better. And so I don't know. I gotta think about it, because having it on the little easel thing was okay if I had my hands on it. If I was holding it though, it was good, but I think it was too close to my face. So maybe the key is that I do it with glasses, or take my contacts out, or no contacts, no glasses, because then I could probably hold it up here and not have a problem with the bouncing, because everything is blurred outside of that certain distance. Maybe that's it. But tried that, and mostly it worked, but damn, it was hard. And I compare that, because that's what I do when I go walk around the neighborhood. I do about 3 miles, but you can't really do that here unless it's like before 8 o'clock. Ideally, if you're getting past 8 o'clock when you start, then you're gonna edge into the you're gonna die category, because that's when the heat really starts coming in. And or late at night, like right before the sunset. And both of those time zones are kind of sketch if you're looking to walk safely. I mean, so yeah. But I got this little walker treadmill from my friend's daughter. It was for free, and it's a good little guy. It's like she decided it was like one of her wild hairs that she wanted it, and then of course she never used it. And so she was like, "Hey, do you want it?" I'm like, "Sure." Sure. And it's kind of like a step up from a little walking pad because it has the handles. And then I feel like you can't run on those walking pads, but this one has the handles, and it can go up to like 5, a little bit higher than 5, but really beyond that I think the thing's going to shake apart. But so I had it up at about 3.5. But I like them because I would say that the only thing I'm thinking of is I might move it inside, because that was brutal, and that was in the shade in the garage, and it was still, and I had a fan going on me. So if it's any type of humidity or temperature outside, I definitely recommend bringing them inside. But I don't have this desk is stationary. I can't raise it up. Otherwise, I would just plant it underneath my desk and do that. Because I feel like if I do that, I wouldn't be able to draw, but I could do other stuff. I could do, set up for emails, or work on, website stuff, or work on, posting backlogs on whatever it is, Webtoon. I feel like I could do that and still, have that walking deal going. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might move it inside just for this zone of time where it's sweltering outside, and because every time I think that I can do it and I try it, I come back almost dead. And there was one time where it was so beautiful outside, and it was just on the edge of temperature. I was like, sure, I can totally do it. And that was when I was walking in an area that was it was like there was a small little smidge that was in a neighborhood under trees, but the rest of it was concrete and like regular street. And I remember I had no recourse. I had no one to call to come and get me. I had no I was literally, you have to get home, or this is, you're going to be out on the sidewalk. And I remember dodging from shadow to shadow because I was so overheated and so overcooked. And even at one point I went behind this building because that's where the shadow was. And it's just no joke. And, it just takes, every couple of months I have to do that again, almost die, and remember, yeah, you can't do that during the day here. So it sucks because you look out the window and you're like, it's beautiful. And then you walk outside and you're like, I'm dead. You just walk outside, and that's all it takes. Yeah, you can try, we gotta scale back the closeness to death. We need to draw back a couple of meters here. But yeah, so I'm trying to find a way to get those steps in, because when I've really done good on weight loss and my health before, I think I underestimated, well, one of the most tremendous ones I was able to do was during college. And one of the biggest switch I did was just I stopped taking the bus. I started walking everywhere. And several times I've sat back and thought, well, that really was the secret sauce, because I was walking nearly every day, at least 20 to, I mean, some classes were a 20-minute walk between one location to the other. And so that was like, for the first half of the day, I'm getting several bouts of these walks in, and all of that, that average amount of activity being elevated was the key to that one. It wasn't, doing the, you know, power Iron Manning out, an extra run, or doing, I didn't do weights at that point in time, but it wasn't that stuff. It was the walking every day, and not getting a donut for breakfast every morning. That probably helped too. but yeah, so I'm trying to get that back up, but the problem here is that it's an impossible. You get two little windows of time. You get springtime and fall time. And fall time kind of goes towards maybe late September, maybe October, November-ish. That's where that sweet spot is. And in the springtime, maybe February, well, April, March, April, somewhere around there. Usually when you're hitting May, you're done. That's all you got. Usually you get some really good, beautiful days in there. And then you just kind of have to be. And another thing is that I notice the difference. I notice it like when it's nice outside and the weather is cooler, there's a breeze. I can run so much farther, so much faster, and not feel, exhausted or anything. But this, I mean, you have to take it at a walk if you're gonna take it. And maybe if you hit a breeze, you can kind of go, but I mean, that's where I am. But it's rough. But, those days when it's nice, it's a wild difference. I think I'm going to put another one here. He's the one that's he's got all the supplies. He's happy. He's got his flowers. Put one on his head too. All right. Ooh, I forgot. I wanted to have a little bit of text in here. Remember this. When you season, I like this. When you season your work with play, you invite joy that can shared to every day. So the text on this one is, the title is Play. It says, remember this. And we see Momo juggling all these tasks, side quests, to-do list. And then the papers start to settle and she's like overwhelmed. And then her ears perk up and she hears like, some clatter and some joy out the window. And then she looks out the window and she sees two floofs. They're doing some flower arrangement, but they're just playing and they're having all this fun. And so she decides she wants to join them, and she brings her own flowers, and they're like, of course, you can join us. And then she starts adding some play into the work. And then the narration is, remember this, when you season your work with play, you invite joy that can be shared into every day. It's a nice simple one. All right, let me group these guys. But yeah, I want to figure out how, because I would rather, I think it would be easy to, I want to replace some scrolling because I just, whenever the first challenge is recognizing what you're doing. And for me, it's, I'm scrolling through recipes, funny things, but I realize when I'm doing it already like 15 minutes too late. And so I want to replace some of that with reading, and I really want to tackle a goal that I want to try to get one book done a week, because when I got that book finished, I had been working on it for a long time, but it felt so good to get that done. And so I went ahead, and the next one I picked was the Don't Call It Art. And this one I know I'll be able to finish because it's, I mean, just in that half of a walk, which was, I did that, I think I stopped reading, or rather couldn't read anymore at about 20-25 minutes. I had already gotten up to page, well, 30, but this is a shorter book, and it's, if you look at it, it's not like, it's not really like, there are illustrations, there are stuff, there's, his newspaper poetry, and it's not a heavy read. So I know I'll be able to finish this. I mean, if I do another walk today, I can hopefully probably knock out another good section of this. Um, but yeah, I can get that finished, and I want to really try to knock out a book a week if I can. Maybe if it's a longer book, I'll give myself 2 weeks. But I'd really like to find a way to just, because that's a way to combine tasks. I really like combining tasks. And if I can get those steps in and read and replace some of that scrolling with a little bit more, something that feeds your mind more than depletes it. Same here, replace scrolling and even yes, binging with more reading or another hobby like paint. Oh, yes. You know what I've seen? I've seen I don't know if it's still popular, but the diamond painting, I thought that was really cool. It's kind of like crochet, but you're doing like the little pearls, not pearls, but little tiny little bits. You're just kind of, it's kind of a paint by number, but you're filling in with those little gems. And oh, that looks so relaxing to me. But yeah, it's something that's kind of just enriching. Hey Sharon, welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday to you too. We have a Coco with us. I feel a little bad because I did remove her from the bed to bring her in, but honestly, Tuxie did not look like he was having a good time. That she was squishing him, so I was like, okay, oh, she didn't complain, and I gave her a nice little elevator lift scratch. Sometimes we'll crochet while I'm scrolling through IG to help me feel productive and not get lost in doom scrolling. That's a good one. That's a good one, because you can kind of, yeah, because if you get like I can imagine that would be easy to combine. Diamond painting is still around, cross stitch, but with plastic drills instead of thread. Drills is what they're called. Okay. I saw it wasn't doom scrolling, but it was just this random one that and it was really interesting. She used that, I guess, the diamond painting tool to decorate this pair of shoes she was going to wear for her wedding. She like put all these little pearls on it in this really beautiful pattern. And I recognized that tool from seeing some other diamond painting videos. But I thought that was really cool. That's what reminded me of it. Oh, we're on the wrong layer. diamond painting, but I haven't started. I would like to try cross stitching too on one of those mini knitting kits. Oh, cool. So many fun crafting options out there. Hope you have a chance to start your diamond painting. Yes. My grandma did big cross stitching. She did, gosh, she did this whole, and it's still hanging in my parents' living room. She did it was like a scene from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. The two kids in the window, framed by the curtain, and then you see Santa in the background. But gosh, I can't remember how long it took her to. It's like, I think it's like this big. I think like that. But yeah, that was incredible. And I remember seeing her, on her table as she was working on it, and when she got it done, she gave it to my mom. But that was really, really beautiful, and just the detail in the kids' pajamas. Yeah, I want to say it took her the better part of a year. Maybe it was more than that. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, that was super cool. And I think that she did some other ones, but I'm trying to remember, because those other one, I only remember that one because I saw her making it, and then it came home with us one time, and then it's always been on the wall. But I know she did other stuff, but I'm trying to recall different rooms in their house, because that's how I can remember what's in there. Is I kind of have a picture of the room, but I can't see anything on the walls. I kind of think I remember seeing a lion, but I'm not sure about that. Like some animal ones. I'm gonna go at, oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's do it this way. And I know I kind of squidgied it over. Let's just drag it out, because I went long, and then I was like, no, it needs to be higher to get the right, which is kind of, yeah, it is what it is. Just center that, ungroup, there we go. All right, so what point size am I at? I guess that's okay. Yep. Bring this arm down a little bit, maybe. Let's just draw a couple of these pages in here. He's holding this one. And she's got a to-do that's kind of sitting on her head. I don't need it down there. Some other papers just kind of floating here. What? Okay. A little blip. So I got a mess of papers. I'm going to do another little corner just popping up right here. There we go. All right, so what do I need to... All right, let's get her tail fixed here. And I'm going to draw in her heart. You know, most of it's not going to be seen. It's going to be, whoops, blocked by the side quest. All right, so I'm going to... That, okay. Put that down right there and just scooch. There we go. And then I don't need that. And I don't need, okay, side quest paper. Let's just focus on that. Let's get that figured out. So her body, I can actually stop right here because the side quest is blocking all of that. And this paper is going to be blocked there. This doesn't need to be here. That's creating a weird tangent. So let's redraw her little paw like that. And then her arm doesn't need to be behind there. She's grabbing this task sheet. Okay. Almost there. Oops. Oh. Take down my point size just a smidge. right. And now things are going to be settling. She's going to do a big sigh. Like, blow it all out. Maybe I'll do big sigh. Maybe a little sigh. Maybe it's a little sigh. Maybe the sigh is so full of emotion that it's even still restrained. Get my point size back up here. Big stretch! Oh, big stretch. Little belly scratch. Oh, you're sliding off the screen. Let's see if I can. Go. Let's adjust her a little bit. Get the most bean on the camera that we can. Her back foot, you can't see it, but it's like this, and she's just kind of holding it up above the ground or the desk. It's like, let me see if I can. It's like this, and like this is the desk. Ashwin, hello, welcome to the stream. Kind of want the hunch over. Oh, take care, Ashwin. Sorry I won't be able to hang around. Always miss me when you hold those random yes. I know. And she still got it. It's still like this. It's still kind of like, oh wait, like that. See if I can get without disturbing her. See if I can show. Yeah, there we go. There's the leg. There's the hovering leg. It's like a pork chop. I'm gonna make that smaller. It's going to be a close-up on her face. I need to actually get on that. Ah. I'm having trouble drawing Momo's head today. Let's try going the opposite direction. Nope. Almost, but not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Maybe, but still not quite. I want her to be looking, so she's kind of tilted a little bit. Bring her face down a little bit to give more room for the hearts and stuff over here. I can get rid of that. Maybe her ear needs to be a little bit more over. Let's bring this. And let's kind of squinch her face in a little bit. I'm going to do a volley of hearts, like tiny hearts, big fat hearts. And maybe I'm going to point them all like to reinforce that they're coming from this direction. So let me redraw this. The noise is coming from parts are coming from over here. And some of these are kind of a big mess. So let's make them less of a mess. That was a big mess. These are all a big mess. What am I talking about? Can clean up Miss Mo. Oh, that one. Oh, that's a mess too. Shoot. Let's fix that. Shoot. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. And I'm going to go ahead and erase this little bit. And I'm going to move her eyes over a little bit more. There we go. Much better. Uh-oh. I need to adjust. He says you're not the boss of me. I can roll around wherever I want. All right. And now let's go ahead and grab everything. And let's bump all of this down. And I'm going to go ahead and add my text in here. Center. And center again. All season your art comma. Here. Well, hello, my lady. I know. Okay. You gotta toast the other side? Okay. Have I saved recently? No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Saving is for weaklings. All right. When you season your work with play, you invite joy that can be shared. Whoops, not shared. Shared. Into Day. No, not Day. I'm gonna do that every day. Or not, oh gosh. How are we spelling? We are not spelling clearly. Alright, and center. And end of sentence. I can probably move these up and reposition these panels a little bit, but I'll wait and do that later. These evenly toasted coconuts are preferable. All right, so now she's investigating, she's looking out the window and she sees these bloofs. they're having a ball making these flower arrangements. All right. So did I group? I did group. Yay! Wait, no. I did group, yes. Because I knew I knocked my frames forward, but I can't remember if I actually grouped or not, but I did. Good job. All right. So now let's make her window. Oh, speaking of coconut, Trader Joe's has these toasted coconut almonds. Oh my God, they're so good. If you enjoy almonds and coconut, they are tasty. But you got to be careful because, like, I literally, if I didn't have actually, I have these little bowls, and that's how I keep track. I'm like, okay, if it can, because I measure that bowl once, how much it contains. Like, if I can fit it in the bowl, I'm kind of within the range of what you can eat a whole bag of those things so quickly. They're so good. Do I want to make these lines thinner? I kind of think I do. Because she's going to be in the background, and I should probably also group the background elements so I can have a different line art color and make a little bit more distance and bring focus onto these guys. So let me go ahead and do that. And I'm going to drop my point size on my pen down a little bit. That might help me make, yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more delicate. Just a smidge, so I have, what is that? See, that's another thing that, there we go. And it looks like I need to bring this up. All right, now I can delete my previous. Let's just fix this because it's kind of a little wobbly. You don't need to be wobbly. You need to be not wobbly. And that's like super wobbly. There we go. There we go. And now I can group. There we go. All right. So I'm going to have her pause like she's kind of pressing her face. Well, she's not going to have her face pressed, but her paws are going to be pressed against the. Go ahead and get into this group. That one's okay. Okay. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and group her face. Put her down like this. This is going to be I figure out how I want to show, because her paws are up like this, but they're kind of more like this. And if I have her that, I'm going to have more of the arm of this one showing. Maybe the solution is moving her arm out a little bit so I can show. I feel like I'm almost there. I just need to get this right. I think I'm thinking about these paws too detailed. Simplify, simplify. Take things out. There we go. Let's bring her Wi-Fi signal down. Maybe a little bit bigger, but also bring it down a bit. All right, I think that's going to work for now. All right. All right, that'll do, that'll do. Oh, I need to get back in here and get rid of this. This whole section is going to be on a lighter line art color. Any of the details I put back in this, I'm just going to call it a window unit. So maybe like some houses. Oops. Just some details there. Oops. Some bushes over here. And I want to have like a line of this is the line against the house. They're going to be on kind of like a hill in front, like just a little bit of distance back here. But I want to fill this up with I might fill in some more as I discover I need more. I'm going to go ahead and take out that line that just shows a little bit in front of the house there. Go ahead and do like a shine line. But even so, she's going to be, I think I'll have the line art level for this, and then she's going to be an additional level below that. Because she's going to, God. Oh, there we go. Hairs are going everywhere. Goodness. She's going to be additional level below that because she's in the house and it's lighter outside and it's darker inside. So she's going to be a little bit even less visible. So I'm glad I kept her on a, on a separate group as well. All right, so now let's get the floofs in front. So I've got all of that together. And let me just establish the ground where they're working. I'll make this a little bit bigger. This one is going to be bouncing over the ground, so boing, boing, boing. Boing, boing, like that. And this one is going to be diligently working on their flower arrangement, which could probably be here. It's all wobbly. Okay, let's not make a wobbly cup. Maybe I'm having problems because of that. So the easiest and quickest way to not make a wobbly cup is to make it a symmetrical cup. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to zoop and zoop. Oh dear. Okay, well, we're going to adjust because I don't want to have my little flower arrangement be that big. All right. Just do a little. It's gotta be a little smaller because he's working on a flower right here. A little bit, just a little bit. Okay. I have like little filaments of hair just crisscrossing my face and I can't work on this. Okay, hold on just a second. All right, here we go. Ah, there we go. Relief. Much better. Okay when they're, just like whatever up here, but when they're like crisscrossing over my eyes and getting in my eyelashes, I'm just like, no, no, that's not what we agreed upon. We are violating the terms of our contract. American, yes. It's it's frustrating. What the see, I like to do the twist up and then the clippy because I feel like I get less of a like the ponytail headache, when you have your hair in a ponytail and you finally let it down and it's like it's like a headache. I feel like I get that less and that this is less pull and less, I feel like that one's just a little bit better. I feel like he's got a little bit more of an excited expression to this. Ease up on that and kind of pushes Whiskey's back too because he's running. So Whiskies are going to be flying back. I think I'm probably going to have to make him smaller. Yeah. So I can get the entirety of his enthusiastic bouncy run. Look! I found him! Flowers probably aren't going to be worth anything in the bouquet, but it's the thought that counts, right? His foot has a little bump. I need to fix this bump on his foot. There we go. And I find that I will not need a lot of this extra. I had it just about right, I think. There we go. I'm going to bring them forward. All right. Let's group this with this. And then I'm going to take this and put it on top and then group. All right. She's dead asleep. She didn't even. Usually she kind of purrs. She does that little. Brrr. Oh, there we go. We got it. She's in. Why'd you wake me? Okay, that's too big. I want her to be swooping in from the sides. Like, can I do it? But oh, that's good, but I've got that little swoop there I need to fix. There we go. And let's fix all of that. Let's see if I can make this wiggle a little better. I don't know if that's what I want to do. Maybe the key is I need to make these thinner. Yeah. Why did it translate Yan to that's it? Google, please. Welcome, Adelsa. I'm trying to draw a flower that is being shaken back and forth in excitement. I find that's often the biggest challenge is to make those static but motion effects. Just to think my way through them. Gonna be much flour left after he's done shaking it. I want this roof to be right. You can just kind of chill right there for a minute. That there. All right. Some grass there. I'm gonna keep the did I already group may I join you? No, of course I did not. No, why would I group things that need to be grouped? Why would I do something so silly? I want her expression to be more like, I'm trying to look at my eyebrows. Did I bring one down like this? No. Like that. And I'll keep the may I join you very quiet because she's not saying it, but she's kind of like emoting it. Maybe one up and one down. I don't like that. Maybe this one up. Well, maybe I'll sit on it. All right, let's move. Nope, wrong layer. Ooh. There we go. All right. So now remember this, when you season your work with play, you invite joy that can be shared into every day. I do need to give this a little more room to breathe. There we go. Some room to breathe. Save. This is throwing me off that I had my writing all the way over here. It shouldn't have been. Let me move this up just a smidge. Just a smidge. Oh. That's not what was said. That's okay, but it's really messy. Now I'm going to clip off that side of her face, and we need to kind of tilt it so she's looking at what she's doing. I don't remember because I've been having a death grip on this. Welcome, Steve. Very happy, Floof. This one especially. Is my point? Nope, it's not. Like, is my point size like super small? Not going to be seen. Oh, I like that better. Down. All right, let's fix this and reflect and get a symmetrical bowl here that I can then expand a little bit. Join, hide, group. I said group. All right. All right. Seriously? Seriously here? You're really giving me that many anchor points for such a simple shape? Illustrator. Please. You flipping it again, my lady? She says yes. Because one must tan evenly at all times. Just go ahead and finish that and figure out where I need to erase. And I'll fix her up later. Okay, so now I can draw pots. obviously I forgot to draw everything I needed to draw. Move the edge of this blue. I'm going to put a nice little edge of this guy. Maybe not like that. Let's just do something. Stop. I'm going to need to group this one and then erase what's behind it. So I'm going to draw it. I was thinking of just another one just like that. Some of these. And then I'll kind of fade out that little bit that's competing with the foof arm here that can be just pushed back a little smidgy smidge. Okay, I'm going to draw this guy. It shouldn't hopefully take me too long. And I'll probably position him a little in front, so that's why I'm trying to keep him let me get this section moved over. There we go. All right, and I'll do a little bit of, whoops, none of that was grouped. Excellent. All right, now it is, however. So I'll do a little bit of cleanup on the lines and stuff here, and definitely will play around with the title a bit. But let's go back to the front here, and I'll show you, I'll show you the whole thing from beginning to finish in the line art. All right, so we've got the title is Play, and it says remember this. And then you see Momo is overwhelmed with her tasks and to-dos and side quests, and everything starts settling down. She just takes a big sigh. And then she notices something. She starts hearing something. There's all these hearts coming from off camera. So she looks out her window and she sees these floofs joyfully, putting together these flower arrangements. I may add one or two more flower arrangements. I'll see. And then she decides, she comes out with her own bit of flowers and she says, "May I join you?" And they're like, "Oh yes, of course." And of course this one is very enthusiastic. And then at the end we see her joining them and making some flower arrangements too. And the overarching narration is, remember this: when you season your work with play, you invite joy that can be shared into every day. And it's just kind of to speak to the infectious nature of having fun. If you look like you are enjoying what you're doing and, you're putting that joy and love into what you're making, it can be picked up, and it's very contagious. It can be picked up and shared with others. So that's the whole idea behind this. I'll probably add in a few more pieces in the background, but I think by and large this is good. I might add some more flowers down here, but yeah, I'm glad I got that done. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I think it shouldn't take me too awful long to color this one. It'll definitely be a little bit slower on these more detailed panels with all the flowers and stuff, but I'm very happy with where I got to this on this line work. These will definitely go fast. These not so much, but it'll be fun to color those. Very much so. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my ending screen. Yeah, I hope you have a great weekend too, Sharon. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I always enjoy your company and chat. Oh, I need to there we go. I gave Coco a little bit more heat on her heating pad. But yeah, thank you, Sharon, Ariana, Steve. We had Idelsa in here for a little bit. Ashwin, I know you bounced, but thank you again if you come back for the replay. Thank you to all of my lurkers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, a wonderful weekend, and I will be back on Tuesday with more cuteness, drawing, maybe working on book files, maybe a traditional piece. We shall see. But if you want to see the colored finish version of this, check out any of my social media that are flashing up on the screen and or my website. They all go up on there as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.